while travel has slowed down drastically during the pandemic, one airline seems to be taking off and has just added a new route to its itinerary.
We're filling gaps that exist within the market.
It actually looks and feels like an airport again.
That story is coming up on Here and Now.
Well, we're going to start the weekend with some wet weather, but by the time we get to Sunday, things will start to improve.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Anthony Germain. Well, the province is moving up its reopening plan. The next step will come on Sunday, a full 15 days earlier than originally expected. Here Now's Peter Cowan explains why.
The key reason the province is able to open up is because vaccinations are happening faster than expected. We've reached the targets for the next step a lot earlier. So where are we with vaccination? Let's take a look at the numbers. We now have 83.2% of the population with at least one dose, and the key target we needed to reach was 50% fully vaccinated. We're now at 54%. So we move to the next step in the reopen plan on Sunday. What does that mean? Let's recap for you. For travelers, people with one dose of the vaccine no longer need to get a test. They're able to come in without isolating. Anyone who's unvaccinated can end their quarantine after a week once they've had a negative test. What does it mean for gatherings? For organized events, you can now have 500 people outside, 350 inside, as long as you can still have physical distancing. If you want to have a personal gathering, there's no limit, as long as there's room for everyone to physically distance. Dancing is back at bars and clubs, and so are capacity limits. They're gone as long as you can still keep 6 feet from other tables. What about masks? They're aiming at removing the requirement for them the week of August 9th, but as some areas in the country see a rise in cases, they're watching closely.
That really is contingent on favorable epidemiology. So obviously we're paying very close attention to what's happening elsewhere in the country and what that means for travel. What we do know is that the vast majority of the people from outside the Atlantic bubble that are traveling into our province are fully vaccinated, so that's very good news.
Opening up further will need more people to get vaccinated, especially the 17% of the eligible population that still hasn't gotten even a first dose. Dr. Janice Fitzgerald said health authorities are trying to make that easier.
Some are doing drop-in appointments, walk-in appointments. Some are doing pop-up clinics in various places where, certain age groups may be gathering more. So trying to reach those populations that maybe haven't either been able to get the appointment or haven't felt the need to get their appointments at this point.
In order to remove most of the rest of the limits, 80% of the eligible population will need to be double vaccinated. The target for that is still September 15th, but they'll need to get a lot more people to get their first and second shots. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, still with COVID, Canada's Chief Public Health Officer today described the Delta variant of COVID-19 as, quote, a formidable foe. But Dr. Theresa Tam said a fourth wave of infection can be avoided through vaccination and a measured approach to reopening.
We are at the start of the Delta-driven fourth wave, but that the trajectory will depend on ongoing increase in fully vaccinated coverage and the timing, pace, and extent of reopening.
Now, Tam said if precautions aren't taken, the Delta variant could spread among younger, unvaccinated people and then to other segments of the population. And that could lead to another surge in case counts as well as hospitalizations in the fall and winter.
Not a bad end to the work week today. We saw lots of sunshine for eastern areas of the province today. Those clouds have now moved in, and so are some areas of showers. That will generally continue as we head through the overnight tonight as our next weather maker moves in. And that's already prompting a wreck house wind warning. Areas for the wreck house will see upwards of about 100 kilometers per hour now through in and about midnight, and then that should end as that area of low pressure continues to track north. But it is going to bring some showers with it, or rain, which will be heavy at times. That will work its way further north. Most of us by in and around midnight should already be seeing that rain, and that will continue to work its way towards southeastern Labrador. Now, temperatures tonight anywhere from 13 to 15 degrees across the island. Winds breezy out of the south or southeast, 50 to as much as 70 kilometers per hour. And then we've got those temperatures in the single digits up across Labrador, the north and the west. So that's a look at tonight's forecast. Rain's going to continue tomorrow, as does the risk of thunderstorms. I'll get into those details when I come back.
The Portuguese vessel that had more than 30 COVID-positive crew members has departed our waters, leaving 2 men in intensive care at the Health Sciences Centre in St. John's. Here Now has learned that both of those men are on life support. Now, we have reached a Portuguese citizen with direct knowledge of what's been happening with the Princesa Santa Joana, and we have agreed to conceal his identity. So let me start asking you, sir, why did you want to talk to us?
Because I'm frustrated and upset of how everything was done and how the life of the human being, and I mean the lives of tripulation on board, was discarded and no value was given to them. A lot of things were missed, such as food and, more important, healthcare access.
Before the ship left Aveiro, what healthcare precautions or planning were in place?
The day before the departure of the vessel, there were made rapid COVID auto tests by the company's worker, not by a specialized personnel. To mention that the result of the test that should be known within 10 minutes wasn't given. Also, these tests don't give the same accuracy as the PCR tests. From the 39 crew members, one had tested positive, an Indonesian nationality person that had been taken off. It has been done a simple disinfection to his cabin, not the entire ship, and no quarantine was done since they were all together engaged on the preparation to the next voyage. All of this is impossible to accept, as another vessel from the same company before had 8 positive cases and no extra protection care was made for the departure of Princesa Santa Joana. There wasn't any healthcare professional on board.
Now, you mentioned that the crew developed symptoms, and as we've reported, the company dismissed those symptoms, saying it was just the flu. How did the health of the crew change after the company told the vessel to continue fishing because it was just the flu?
Yeah, it was worsening day by day, getting to the point that there weren't people to work. The whole crew had to wait until the another ship from the company to bring the test to confirm that it was actually a COVID.
No, obviously it was a very serious situation, and as you know, we have 2 crew members here in St. John's. What do we know about these 2 crew members?
There are 2 crew members from different ships. One from Princesa Santa Joana, the other one from Santa Cristina. They are in induced coma, intubated, and advanced life support. We
had the Portuguese ambassador on Here and Now, and he told us that family members have not indicated that they want to come to Canada to be with their loved ones, their family. What do you know about that?
As far as I know, the families questioned the embassy since the first days. By that time, it was impossible to come to Canada. Only after 21st July, when there was going to be some changes regarding to the legislations for people outside Canada. After that, the families questioned again a couple days ago, and it was said that people that wanted to come to Canada had to be vaccinated, and there was a mandatory quarantine of 14 days.
Okay, now as you know, the ships have left. The Princesa Santa Joana has gone. It's no longer here. And yet we have these 2 men that you mentioned who are on life support at the ICU. What happens next for these 2 men and their families?
To everything that is happening, one ship of the company departed today from Portugal and brings new people, 2 crew members, to replace the ones that are in the intensive care units. The other 2 vessels restarted their normal fishing routine, and the Portuguese citizens that are in the intensive care units just have been left in Canada. In the name of the families, everyone is really thankful for all the support and help from Canada in such a delicate situation. This sounds very, very sad to the families.
Well, I appreciate your time, and let's hope for the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
To other news, air travel dried up during the pandemic, so airlines cut back their routes to and from this province. Now, as things reopen, one local airline is actually expanding now with a route to Ottawa. Here Now's Henrika Wilhelm was at the St. John's Airport today as the inaugural flight landed.
This plane is part of PAL's latest expansion that connects the province with Ottawa. The route has been serviced before, but got cut by Air Canada during the pandemic.
It's a big day. We're very excited. This is one of 11 new routes for PAL Airlines that we've launched throughout the last 2 months. And what we're doing with these flights is that we're filling gaps that exist within the market. We're providing more connections for our passengers and for the regions that we service.
Last fall, PAL Airlines had added a new route connecting Moncton and St. John's, and more are to come.
We do still have a couple of flight launches that will be happening in the Quebec region over the coming month. And then, you know what? It sounds a little bit cheesy, but the sky is the limit. If there is an opportunity that exists in a market and PAL Airlines is the right regional carrier to be able to fill that, then we're going to do it.
Today's expansion also benefits the St. John's Airport, which was struggling with less traffic and is expecting to take years to recover.
This month is a lot better than last. For the first half of the year, we're still down 88% compared to 2019 numbers. But so far in July, we won't have our official numbers obviously for a few days and into August, but by the look of what we're seeing right now, our traffic since we opened to the rest of Canada, it's about 2.5 times what it was in June.
The loss of several Air Canada and WestJet routes had a strong impact on the airport.
It actually looks and feels like an airport again, particularly for smaller airports our size. We're going to have to work hard and work with our airline partners and have some good discussions and trying to get back the routes that we've lost. But hopefully the demand will be there. Of course, the demand has to be there for airlines.
The new flight will bring travelers from the St. John's Airport to the capital 6 times a week, and with a stopover in Deer Lake, also connect the west of the island. Henrike Wilhelm, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, some cast members from Disney's Peter Pan and Wendy production are in the province. Ever Anderson, who plays Wendy, posted about being here on Instagram. The 13-year-old wrote that she was having so much fun here, shooting the last bits of Peter and Wendy. And her mother, actress Mila Jovovich, made a post of her own yesterday, saying they spent a day walking around St. John's. Earlier this month, the province announced a 30% rebate on eligible production spending up to $3 million. Now it's expected that total production spending in the province will be around $9 million. Nice pictures there. We'll be back with the weather right after the break. Well, Ashley, today was just a perfect day. The stickiness went away. It was sunny, great for riding a bike. More of that?
Nope. Well, some areas will, but that humidity is certainly going to return, and it's thanks to an area of low pressure that's going to move in. It's also going to bring some rain. But let's take a look at those daytime highs. That perfect day that Anthony was talking about, 22 degrees was the afternoon high in St. John's, 23 in Gander, and then as you head towards the west coast, similar temperatures within a degree or two, and back up to some pretty nice weather, or at least temperature-wise, up through Happy Valley Goose Bay, sitting around 22 degrees. Now, that humidity is going to return. We'll see that happen tonight. As that area of low pressure moves in, it's going to bring some of those humid conditions with it that will stick around through the day on Saturday. Even some areas on Sunday seeing that for the northern peninsula. And then as we get into Sunday afternoon, most areas will start to see a return to that drier air through the afternoon. So taking a look at the systems right now, we do have that rain towards the southern portion of southwest, and then same thing for eastern areas. Some areas are already seeing some showers, and that is thanks to this area of low pressure. It's that warm front that's going to bring that humid air with it as we get through Saturday, and going to bring some periods of rain as we get through the overnight tonight. Like I said, about midnight and around midnight, most of us should be seeing those periods of rain, and then that will generally continue as this area of low pressure continues to track a little bit further north. Now, there is also a risk of some thunderstorms. This will be mainly in the morning and then the early afternoon for the northern peninsula as well as southeastern Labrador as that low continues to track a little bit further north. Now, most areas through central and eastern Newfoundland should actually see the sun into the afternoon. We may see some lingering showers through central, but overall it does look like the sun should peek out through the day. But most of Labrador will be under that area of low pressure with that chance of showers, and then maybe even a few sunny periods for Lab West through the day. Now, that area of low pressure is going to move offshore through the evening hours, so things will start to get a little bit better. But in behind that, though, we should actually see those showers continue along the west coast. So temperatures tomorrow looking nice, 24 degrees for St. John's. Humidex values more than likely high 20s, maybe even low 30s through the day. You'll note that wind shift from southerlies to southwesterlies through the day as well, with our winds somewhere between 50 even 60 kilometers per hour along the west coast. Skies will generally stay gray for you again with that risk of some showers continuing through the day. As far as Labrador goes, about 14 to 17 degrees, a little cooler for Nain. Your winds will be out of the northwest, about 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. Once that area of low pressure moves offshore, it will stay unsettled for most areas along the west coast as well as the northern peninsula. Same thing for Labrador. We may see some sun for the southeast in the morning, but then some periods of rain through the afternoon. Looks like the best day of the weekend for eastern areas of the island, certainly for the Avalon. Once that low moves offshore further with it, it should take that risk of showers with it as well. As we get into Monday, though, a little area of low pressure likely skirting late day for the south and the east of the island. So we may see a few showers with that, and then generally unsettled across most of Labrador. So temperatures on Sunday back down into the low 20s. We're looking at about 21 to 22, 23 degrees, and then it'll take that humidity with it as well. So much more comfortable air through the day on Sunday. As we get into Monday, a return of some of those warmer temperatures, also a little bit of humidity, and then again unsettled. So we are looking at that chance of shower, some sun as well, but generally looking at that chance of showers. As far as the rest of the week, beginning of next week goes, some showers early Tuesday and then clearing out as we get into Wednesday. Temperatures generally in the low 20s. For central Newfoundland, you're looking at a similar forecast. By Wednesday, you're looking at some sunshine and 22 degrees. And then for western Newfoundland, sunshine for Tuesday and Wednesday, looking pretty nice, and low 20s as your daytime highs. Now, as far as eastern Labrador goes, some showers will return on Wednesday, looking a little bit unsettled, and then generally unsettled for western Labrador Tuesday and Wednesday, hovering around about 17 degrees. Wanted to share this photo, mountains in the fog in St. Andrews. John Butt shared that one with us. If you have any weather photos, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
Ashley, let's take a look at birthdays and anniversaries. Congratulations to Harry and Daisy Colburn from Lewisport as they celebrate their 70th wedding anniversary. Happy 61st anniversary to Tom and Edna Tulk in Corner Brook. Happy 50th anniversary tomorrow to Max and Mary Hillier in Grand Bank. And a happy 57th anniversary to Lar and Bernice Aylward. Annie and Kevin Holohan from Summerside in the Bay of Islands will celebrate 52 years of marriage.
Happy 64th wedding anniversary to Shirley and Edgar Hindi in St. John's. Happy 52nd anniversary to Elvin and Jean Muse in Birchie Bay. Happy 60th anniversary to Roy and Minnie Golf in Bonavista. Happy 56th anniversary to Velma and Murdoch Stewart from Grand Bank. Happy 52nd anniversary to Sylvia and Joe Badcock from Shearstown.
Vic and Vera Churchill of Portugal Cove are celebrating 54 years of marriage. And a happy 50th wedding anniversary greetings tomorrow going out to Leo and Julia Gambin from all of your family and friends. Hervin and Muriel Hall in Three Rock Cove will also celebrate their 50th anniversary tomorrow. Congratulations. Happy 60th anniversary to Bob and Daisy Toms from Bishops Falls. Happy 57th anniversary to Edgar and Gertie Smith in Gooseberry Cove, Trinity Bay.
Happy 50th anniversary to Roy and Lou Kindon in Stephenville. Happy 60th anniversary on Sunday to Robert and Jermaine Richards from Stephenville. Happy 56th wedding anniversary to Patsy and Jimmy Powell in St. John's. And today, Ray and Lillian Norman from Roddickton celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. Happy 60th anniversary greetings to Joy and Ross Wheaton, formerly from Fredericton, Newfoundland, now living in St. John's.
Jim and Anita Mahoney are celebrating 60 years of marriage tomorrow. And on Tuesday, Sam and Marilyn Hollett from Buren Bay Arm will celebrate their 58th wedding anniversary. Happy 65th anniversary to Pleeman and Sadie Rimmer from Lewisport. And a big one, happy anniversary greetings to Andrew and Mildred Rousel of Leading Tickles as they celebrate their 72nd anniversary on Tuesday.
Wow, now to birthdays. Happy 90th birthday to Carrie Crew in Hermitage, Sandyville. Happy 91st birthday to Domino Howes. Charlie Murphy in St. John celebrating his 95th birthday today. And happy birthday to Helen Nellie Spurl, who's 93 today and still enjoys a game of scat. Happy 90th birthday coming up on Tuesday to Audrey James from Gambo.
And happy 94th birthday this Monday to Dawn Sweetapple from Glovertown, now living in Gander. And a happy 90th birthday to Donald Hannum of Leading Tickles. Bernice Handrigan from St. Lawrence will celebrate her 90th birthday on Sunday. And a happy 90th birthday to Winnie Savory from Channel Portabasque. Happy 90th birthday to Annie Whalen in Stephenville, originally from Greats Cove. And a very happy big birthday, the 100th birthday to Ida Leonard in Mount Pearl. A big birthday tomorrow. Congratulations. All right, some news just to round out the program for this Friday. Crews are replacing a culvert on the Trans-Canada Highway between the Fox Trap and Holyrood access roads this weekend. Drivers should expect delays. Work started at 5 p.m. this evening, and that's going to happen overnight and during the day throughout the weekend. So drivers, you're going to have to take a detour around that area. The Department of Transportation expects that highway to be open again by Monday. The federal government is extending COVID-19 relief benefits for another month. Rent and wage subsidies for businesses, along with income supports for some workers, will continue until October 23rd.
With this extension, we are making sure that Canadian businesses, particularly small businesses, have the support they need to be sure that we have a strong and full and robust recovery.
Now, Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland says the government is also freezing rates for the wage and rent subsidies at current levels, holding off on a planned reduction. So benefits will also be frozen at $300 per week for the Canada Recovery Benefit, the Canada Recovery Caregiving Benefit, and the Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit. 4 more weeks of eligibility will be added to that, making a maximum of 54 weeks. Freeland says the extension is necessary because many small businesses and workers are not yet fully back on their feet. Well, a zoo in Mexico is celebrating its latest addition, a new star attraction. Now look at that. This baby hippopotamus was born about a month ago at the Guadalajara Zoo, weighing in at about 50 kilos. It's expected to reach around 3 tons in adulthood. You can check out Mom there. The baby is reportedly in good health, though zookeepers don't yet know, is it a boy hippo or a gal hippo? For now, the calf is spending the summer snacking and lounging in the sun and taking the occasional dip with Mom. very cute until they grow up and get very, very big, like many of us. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm not going to be here on Monday. Peter Cowan will be here in my place, going to hit the road for a couple of stories that will bring you in the coming months on Here and Now. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll be back on Monday.